Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Whale Watching. I figured that it had passed some time since I did my last update or whale watching video. It's 4 months ago. And now that we have the metadata, I thought it would be interesting to go and have a look, basically see what our whales are up to, and also especially looking at what exactly they have been purchasing and what they have been selling. Looking at the metadata, we can now see what exactly they are buying and purchasing. So before we jump into it, if you like this type of content, please don't forget to leave a like. Really helps out my channel. And I would say let's get right into it. First of all, for those of you who don't know, here in the VVX tracker under the top 100, we can basically track what our top 100 collectors on the app are doing. And the first thing we see is the net accumulation of the top 100 collectors. So, and just give a quick explanation. So we see two numbers in red and then we have here some green. What does it mean? So daily net accumulation, this just means this was yesterday. There was a net accumulation of 158 tokens, and this is a decrease by almost 60% from the previous day. So, and net accumulation is just basically the mints plus purchases minus the sales. So it's basically taking all the 100 wallets, summing what they have minted plus what they purchased, and then subtracting the sales they've made. So usually it's in the positive, so the whales are stacking. And so basically what we see here then is the 7-day average daily net accumulation. So this is just taking the average of the last week. And we also see that the last week is basically down if we compare to the previous week, so the previous 7 days. But then if we look at, if we take the last 2 weeks and compare to the previous 2 weeks, then we see that we are actually up. And then if we take the last months, and compared with the previous months, we also see that we are up 40%. And so this is something that I also shared in a tweet, I think maybe, a week ago, where I said that the whales are basically increasing their accumulation. We saw that all 4 numbers were basically in the greens. So we did see a huge increase in the accumulation of the whales. Now it kind of cooled off a bit. And that's what we see in the data now. So you can also see it here in the line chart, how it basically has decreased over the past few days. So we scroll down a bit more. Then here you get a table where you have each wallet in the top 100 ordered by their collection size. So here you have the number 1 whale wallet with over 16,000 collectibles. And then it goes down, and I think to make it into the top 100, you need 1,865 collectibles, including comics. Well, and when I say collectibles, I always refer to like collectibles and comics. And then one thing I just added today was I added the mints. Before I only showed purchases and sales, but here you also have now the column with the what they minted, how much they purchased, how much they sold, and then the net accumulation, which, as I said, is of the sum of the mints plus the purchases minus the sales. If you want to scroll down, you can basically see, so the total amount that was minted by the top 100 whales is 278. The total amount of collectibles that were purchased by the whales is 3,000, like almost 4,000. And then you see that the sales were much, much lower. So in total, the whales or the top 100 wallets only sold 679 collectibles. So the net accumulation is 3,541, which is really a good sign, I think. That means that the whales are still stacking. If you want, you can also kind of go and change the ordering. For example, if you're interested here in the whale that accumulated the most, or the wallet that accumulated the most, then you can order by net accumulation. And then the interesting thing is to look at, so how many whales are actually kind of selling off, something like that. And you really have to scroll down, and you will only see it's always less than 10 whales that have kind of a negative net accumulation. So it means they sold more collectibles than they purchased. However, it doesn't look like these wallets are kind of selling off their collection, because you will see that most of them are still purchasing quite a high amount of collectibles. However, in the past 7 days, it seems that those wallets just sold more tokens than they purchased. So yeah, this is the quick overview, and this is what we were able to kind of look at until we had the metadata. But now that we have the metadata, I wanted to look, or I wanted to really see, okay, so which collectibles have they been stacking and which have they been selling. So I pulled all the data and let's have a look at it. And so to give you an overview, here I pulled all the purchases and here all the sales. So basically here we have with collectible name all the purchases or all the tokens that were purchased by our top 100 collectors, and here is the summary of all the tokens that were sold by our top 100 collectors. So let's look at the purchases first, and yeah, as you will see, basically our whales are mostly stacking comics. I guess it's no surprise. So yeah, unfortunately, when I pull the metadata, I only got the kind of collectible name, but it doesn't give me a distinction between like the series. So I know that there are different Uncanny X-Men comics, but I cannot really tell which ones, but probably it's a mix of all of them. So yeah, I will see if for the next time I can see to get the metadata, like the complete metadata. But yeah, for this overview, it still works to see what they are up to, our whales. So yeah, basically the top, let's say the top 10 items that have been purchased are mostly, as far as I can tell, are comics. And then of course we have some of the kind of popular drops like the droids. We have the R2D2, the other droids. Yeah, but nothing like out of the ordinary that caught my attention here, that I would say like some way accumulating kind of gold moments or something like that. Some of the old stuff is being bought, but yeah, very low in number those purchases if we compare like to the comics that are really being stacked. So here you see like 3 Timon and Pumbaa, some Miles Morales. Yeah, so these are just kind of individual purchases here and there, but the real stacking is happening on the comic side, and yeah, of course, some of the popular items. Let's go to the sales, and the interesting thing is that the sales, for example, the number 1 is also the same comic basically. So although it's not that much, yeah, basically people are buying or trading comics, stacking, but then also kind of trading those comics, selling them again. So I'm not really up to date with the price movements of the comics, to be honest. But there must be something going on there, I guess, that makes it worthwhile trading. Yeah, and then for like nothing really where I would say a sell-off of any specific collectible or something like that. So if we go down, then these are very low number sales in comparison. So yeah, that's the broad overview. And then there were some wallets that I wanted to go into more detail. First of all, of course, I wanted to look at the wallet that had the most accumulation in the past week. So this is the wallet. He purchased a total of 785 tokens, and he didn't sell anything. So yeah, well, no surprise, he turns out to be one of the like top comic stackers. So yeah, if we see here, like he has been stacking comics. Also, if we go down here, so of course purchasing some of the like newer drops, as far as I see here, kind of the Disney villains, and here the what was this, the Hocus Pocus something drop. Yeah, so this is our top comic stacker whale. Of course, then on the opposite, I wanted to look at the wallet that had the least net accumulation, or in this case a negative net accumulation, because he purchased 18 tokens but he sold 43. So let's have a look at that wallet. And I called him basically the wallet old for new, because looking at it, it seems like he has been selling some of his old collectibles. Here we have some of the first Spider-Man FA. Then we have some Marvel Mighties, some more Marvel Mighties, the Jimny Joker, so older collectibles. And then for the purchase, it's mostly like the new stuff. So this whale, it seems that last week he has kind of been flipping old or collectibles that he like from previous seasons to get newer stuff. And lastly, there was another wallet that I wanted to check out because I thought it's quite curious, and this was this wallet, because he kind of had a balance in, like, he purchased a lot, but he also sold a lot. In total, his net balance was still positive, but yeah, as you can see, he purchased 277 items, but he also sold like 191. And so this is kind of our flipper whale, I labeled him. And the interesting thing I saw here is that, so basically he's been flipping kind of the same item, like as you can see here, the Uncanny X-Men comics. He purchased a total of 45, but he also sold 39 of them, like within the last week. And yeah, the same we can see like with the first ones, mostly comics, of course, again, purchasing a lot of them, but then selling most of them again. Yeah, so basically kind of doing his thing there on the comic trading side. So yeah, that's I think everything that I had for today. I hope you found that content interesting. If yes, feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if you want me to do more of these videos in the future and more regularly, let me know. Yeah, because I'm thinking about which kind of content you guys would like to see on a more regular basis. So let me know. And with this said, have a very great rest of your day and see you in the next one.